So we've been hoisted out on a trailer this morning. We're now sitting on the smaller trailer. We're 50 foot, we're hanging over slightly. That was quite exhilarating. It was nice to see her. Dave's been stroking the bottom of the boat for a fair old while. He's pleased with how she's aged. Obviously she's got scruffs and scrapes, but even Stephen and Wilf said that they thought it was a good bottom. So she's done really well, changing pace. So Dave's now outside playing. We're however many feet up in the air, so he's playing with the bottom of the boat. Willow's took her vantage point on the back deck. She's guarding the way of the land. We're looking right over the River Trent. We're just this side of the lock. We can't see the lock, there's a boat in the way, but yeah, it's an enclosed area. It's a family run business where we've come blackened at West Stockwith. Initially they found a need for it. There wasn't a place on the Chesterfield Canal, so Wilf Senior started up the business, and it's nice. It's nice that it's family. It's nice that they talk about when they were children and boats. They've got years and years of experience. They talk about other jobs, welding and fabrication, and what went wrong with other boats. And because we're doing it ourselves, well, I wasn't sure how much input they would have into helping us, you know, blacken and the preparation it would require. But they were really open about it. So next door are having their boat done by the business, and I must dig out the name for that. And we're doing it ourselves. So I think it was another £260 I think to get painted, but I'm not sure. Again, I'll dig out the paperwork. So yeah, we're moored on a trailer. We are dipped that way, so we're heading down towards the bow. So well, luckily enough we sleep with our heads up this side, so that'll be okay. But yeah, it's just weird being higher. The dogs are coping with the stairs. That was one of the reasons why we chose to come here, because we came and practiced on these really steep steps getting up to the cruiser stern. And Willow, well, we jumped single buildings in a leap. What's it? Down. Anyway, whatever that Superman saying is. But Eva's a little bit more tentative coming up the steps. They are wood steps, so for dogs that don't like metal steps, they are able to do it, but they are open. So she's just a bit more cautious. Anyway, I'm going to do some lunch now. It's lunchtime, or as they calls it, dinner, but you know, that's an ongoing argument in our household. Bread. So we're running a bit low on supplies. We do need a shop. Generally when I'm boating, Dave comes in with the supplies, but he's with me and we don't have a vehicle now, so we're not bunny hopping, but we also don't have that extra worry about security for the van or the boat, or vice versa. So there's a little village. It's about a mile, 2 miles out, so we might take a walk up there, especially now that the weather's cooler, with our rucksacks, and do it canal boat styly, which I've never shopped canal boat styly ever. I've always managed to get people, especially visiting people, to do our shop for us. So generally if parents or relatives are coming in, I'll send them a list and ask them to get it while they're near the shop. Generally it's Dave that brings in the shop for us, so yeah, he'll commute from work to the shop, to the boat. That noise is Dave grinding the bottom. I think we've fallen into this habit of having the same lunch day in, day out. I'm making, we're running out of bread. So having the same lunch all the time won't actually be working, will it? Because we won't have any bread to do that. So I'm making sandwiches. We have different things because we like different things. Although we have to have, because that's what he likes. Although we have my bread because that's what I like. It's a compromise, I suppose. So basically my life is like a sandwich, a compromise. And I've given him the crust because that is how much I love him. And it's not like I need any more curly hair. What is that noise? I'm sure that's him. Kind of like a squealing. We've managed to get electric hookup. That was an additional £5 a week, so that seemed quite reasonable to me. So what I've done is I put us on the shoreline now, and the charge is going. We only lost 10% overnight because obviously it was righteously hot yesterday, so I only lost 10%. I don't know what that is in amps, blah 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 blah. I can only tell you what it is by my gauge, smart gauge. If you haven't got one, it makes living on a boat easier for me. It's windy up here. I think it's because we're quite close to the river as well. It's trying to rain. It rained this morning when the boat came out. It's not raining now. Yeah, some sunshine. I think it's going to be one of those days. Now, I've given Dave crockery. There's a rule of thumb in our house, not that we live in a house, that if Dave's having it, he's not allowed crockery outside. And that's because the crockery never comes back. So if we're boating, it'll get washed overboard, he'll knock it overboard, or a tree will get it, or he breaks it, or forgets it, never to be seen again. So generally plastic plates for Dave, but as a special treat. It's not really a special treat, I just can't find any plastic ones for him, so he's going to have a grown-up plate. So, did you actually want to see how I made a sandwich, or did you just want me to see me wibbling while I made a sandwich? I don't know. You've got to comment so I can interact with you and gauge what the audience wants. Although I am quite selfish, I like to do what I want most of the time. But, you know, I'm happy to compromise with you too. I'm sure how I cut cucumber and how you cut cucumber is pretty much the same way. So the boys have been back. By the boys I mean the sons of Will, and picked up their massive, very noisy jet washer. Did a fantastic job. Took all the muck off the bottom. Even, I think they call them scabs. Took up some rusty scabs. I don't know. I don't like to think that the boat's got scabs on it. But it's took us back to, in some cases metal, but in some cases the primer. I don't know whether you saw the primer. I put it on that really boring, I enjoyed it, it's my boat, but what others may see as boring slideshow. So you might want to check that out. I think it's number one of the first ones I put on. It's not had a lot of views because it's a slideshow.